the docs dropped and the cow cyclical thread on IBS, there was a guy spurging out saying, we tricked Kiwi Farms into helping us dox Gem, and it was a part of Kraut's master plan, and everybody was laughing at him. But this was yesterday. This was before the stream, and I'm wondering if that guy was somebody working with Kraut to collect $2,000 because he offered it to him, and to do it, he got one of the best people from the forum to help.
I may eventually lie to help. We're owed one gay op.
Farm, it's too late to get him out.
No. See, this is where you're wrong. There's always a way to kill them. Owed one gay op.
One gay op. It's called one gay op.
One op to kill all ops.
It's a good game.
Mother of all ops.
The ops to end all ops.
I don't know. I'm not involved in any op or anything like that. But
all you have to do
You are now.
You don't know that we're talking.
yeah.
All the op is that me and Kraut are going to pretend we've never spoken. That is the op.
Meet Donga Rolling Wheel of the Disabled Tribe. Donga hunts Shiny Rock in Magic Firebox. Donga not do gay op. Donga lack comprehension skill to use Discord. Donga have internet show. Dead air. I say, whoa, Kimosabi. Dead air. I say, whoa, Kimosabi. Dead air. Donga war with tribes from northern plains. Fight IRL, but no chair ramp. Donga sad. Failure. Send smoke signal. Donga need to restructure contract. Donga now want to fight the Sweetie tribe. 111-0. Dead air. I say, whoa, Kimosabi. Dead air. I say, whoa, Kimosabi. Dead air.
So yeah, that's
Wait,
it.
no,
Dude, wait a minute. Cut back. No.
He fucking lied to us. He lied.
All right, that was a fun little introduction, wasn't it? That was definitely a thing. So, yes, It's been 1 year since the incident, 1 year since the Boulder stream. I'm not even too sure people call it. I've more or less moved on. The reason why I'm doing this is because I figured I would answer some questions people might have. That was a lot of what VidCon was answering questions. And I was asked by Ralph to go on to his show to talk about it. And I'm declining it after much consideration, because if anyone is going to talk about this a year later, it might as well be me. Clearing up some misconceptions, perhaps trying to, I don't know, correct some untruths, and to overall talk about the situation that I am very regretful of. I am very regretful of it. And just to put it past me, once and for all, this is it, be done. Some people say that I can't laugh at myself. 100% can laugh at myself. I think this is my favorite Boulder meme, by the way. This popped up the next day. This is the Year Boulder. I found this to be very funny. If I could get this on a t-shirt, I absolutely, positively would. So, more or less, if you guys have questions, want to know what's going on, this isn't a celebration. This isn't like a party. This isn't anything like that. This is just a conversation for maybe 30, 45 minutes, and that'll be about it. So let me see here. Memology says, you're celebrating 1 year. I'm actually not. I'm definitely not celebrating. It's been an interesting year. It's been a year of a lot of growth on my part, and I'm in a much different place than I was. There are elements of what happened that are that I am thankful for, because it allowed me to finally kind of move past one of the biggest hangups I had in my life, and that was probably the direction of this channel. I hadn't been happy since about probably February 2017, and felt like I was caught in a loop, like I was caught in a rut. And it was just kind of holding on, just kind of holding on to whatever I had because I felt I had to. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good for me mentally. It wasn't good for me creatively. And so I had been kind of looking for a way out. So in that regard, that's probably the best thing to come out of this last year. But there's been a lot of shit that's come out of this last year as well. So let's see here. All right, Hat. Well, I will send that off to you. Do I feel the taint has been removed? I mean, in some aspects, yes. In some aspects, no. There was a challenge I felt about going down to VidCon because I was kind of curious what people are going to say. And while I had a lot of questions about it, a lot of people wanted to ask me questions about it. For the most part, people were supportive. They understand people make mistakes. People fuck up all the time. And that's exactly what I did. And I explained it, and I was truthful. And at the end of the day, you know what? Most people just didn't care. But I still feel that here it is, 1 year, worth having the discussion. So let's do it. What's going on, Cred? How you doing, buddy? Shidoko says, accepting what happened, learning from one's mistakes, forgive, forgetting, and moving on. Yeah, well, it's one of those things where I do harbor a lot of anger over the span of this last year, predominantly because there was a lot of people who outright lied, who just made shit up, just absolutely positively made things up because it made them money. And I can't really fault them for that. That is the game. But when it got to the levels that it got to in regards that I had to get the FBI involved in a couple of situations, yeah, I got a little bit ticked off at that. But one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about was the origin of all this shit. What it kind of put me down the pathway, because one of the things I learned in therapy is that I cannot control what other people think of me. And I wish I would have learned that lesson back in the beginning of 2018. That would have been probably the better thing. But all things considered, what happened was, and this is 100% true, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. Tonka got mad at me because I told him to not be mad at Jeff Holiday. And this is before I even knew about the server, the quote unquote doxing server that wasn't ever a doxing server. It was simply just a collection server, a research server. That's what we know now. None of that really matters at this point, but that is true. And I didn't know that Tonka was mad at Jeff Holiday for what he was mad at. I told him just to let it go. Like I was fucking Elsa from fucking Frozen. I just told him to let it go. And he got mad. And as we've seen from Tonka over the span of the last year, we know that Tonka does not like to let up on shit. Does not like to let up on anything. Even when I proved to him that I did not actually take down his video, his video from back in April, which is what he claimed I did. I never did. I proved it to him, failure in Vamp one night. And Tonka still, a couple times talking to him, had brought that up. So, it is what it is. But he went against me because I had said to him, let it go with Jeff Holiday. And that's what prompted it. And then it was the constant silver play button video bringing up. And that did get under my skin, I will admit. Because it wasn't so much that I'm embarrassed of it. It was like the Monday to Friday, it always being used. So it just kind of got in my skin. And that was really dumb of me to do. That was super dumb of me to do. I shouldn't have done it. It was my ego. The whole thing was my fucking ego. Everything was my ego. Right? And there's no better educator for that than to have a moment where you lose everything because of your ego. And that's basically where I am right now. Like it's I'm not doing this because I want there to be a specific, narrative control. I want to be able to speak my truth right here with what happened, with what went on, and talk about it, because that's, the last year has been interesting. People have these really odd misconceptions. My personal favorite is the one that I purchased subscribers. Right. That came up quite a bit. I was like, oh, Matt purchased subs. He bought all the... No, I never did. It was stupid to buy subscribers. It's a waste of money to buy subscribers. There's a guy by the name of Max Sand, who I believe is a co-author of a book with Johnny Fox, who openly admitted to it in a comment section on the videos. The night he did it, when it happened, he openly admitted to it a couple different times. And then people still thought that I did it, which I never did. And then the Joy Sparkle was accused of doing it, which, unless she has some connection to this Max Sand guy, I got no idea about that one. But again, you can see how misinformation spreads, right? Like, oh, Matt's losing subs. He's buying them. I never bought. Anyone who knows me and knows how I view YouTube and knows how I do this knows that never mattered to me. I'd already been losing subs anyway before anything went down. I think by the time it all went down, I'd already lost about like 3,000 in the subsequent months leading up to that. You can check Social Blade if that API is still available. So there's that. And then the interesting thing is, and I've actually kind of really wanted to talk about this specific aspect, because there were videos that were critical of me that were being taken down that I didn't have anything to do with. And I don't know specifically who did. I have a theory about who did. There was a group that called themselves the Anime Mafia. And there was a time around mid to late April of 2018 that they started really coming into my Discord, like every single night. Now, if you ever heard the audio recording, the illegally recorded tape, the Boulder tapes that Ralph paid like $100 for or something, that recording came from me on one of their servers, and that was them. So I don't know much about them, but they were, at the time they came to me and they were like, hey man, we really like you. We think you would be really good to kind of launch and run this anti-IBS podcast, right? Let's give you a show. They wanted me to do the anti-IBS show. They wanted me to do this competing show where instead of it being internet blood sports, it would just be conversations with other YouTubers, and they wanted to produce it and they wanted to make it a thing. And they were coming to me and they were asking me if I wanted to do this. And it was an interesting idea. I didn't have the time to dedicate to it, but it was right around that same time that a lot of the other stuff was going down. Truthfully, this is 100% true. I did not know who Godwinson was until he made a video about me that was taken down. Again, I had nothing to do with that. The report history that you guys saw a year ago confirmed that. There was Dame Pesos had a video about me. That's how I learned he existed, was because he had that one video about me. This is before the Soyless Matt show. And I never had anything to do with that. And so that's how I learned about a lot of these new people. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Right. I don't watch a lot of YouTube at all, actually. I have a couple people that I watch. I keep within that general niche. and I don't pay attention to a lot of other people. Not predominantly. It's mostly because I forget, or I'm just lazy. I don't know. I just don't do it. So all of these new people I'm kind of hearing about, and it was kind of propagated by this running conspiracy that I'm doing all these things that I wasn't doing, which is why in that early December stream, when I said none of the videos that I had reported went down, that wasn't being inaccurate. That was actually being true. None of the videos I reported. There was one video that there wasn't information for, and I believe, because of looking at my records, that was a video I DMCA striked because it was a whole copy of a video of mine, or a segment of a video of mine. So that was legitimate takedown. Other than that, no. And since then, just so we're clear, nothing since then. So that's kind of what led into it. It was a lot of ongoing shit for months. I was frustrated, and I let my dumb, stupid ego get the better of me. It did. It got the better of me. And then the night in question, when I went on to Ralph's show, where the whole Boulder thing came from, that's true. I was being truthful. I had done my videos for the channel, I think until about 4 p.m. that day. My girlfriend and I went to this dairy farm. Like it was a dairy farm, or it was a farm. It was about 20 miles south. The guy had all these river rocks, these big river rocks, these big boulders. As I call them boulders, they were mini boulders. They're bigger rocks. I mean, my girlfriend wanted them for a landscaping project. So we went down there with her, my girl, with my daughter, or our daughter, and my dad and my sister's boyfriend. And we collected about 600 pounds worth of rocks and went from there, went home. Then I went and got Subway, came back. We watched Rachel Maddow, like we do, because we're mid-30s progressives, and that's what we watch. So then about 9 o'clock, she went to bed. My daughter went to bed, and I started getting a bunch of messages from people saying that Ralph's stream had gone down, that I had something to do with that. And so I was getting some interesting threats. Joaquin, if you guys know who that is, wrote my name on his testicles, took a picture, sent it to me. That was an interesting one. When I describe the situation to people, I do keep that one image on my phone because they're like, that's not true. And I'm like, no, really, it's true. This guy wrote my name on his balls, to kind of just exemplify how weird some people are on the internet. And so I went on to Ralph's show to talk about it, and then things happened the way that they happened. So again, not my proudest moment. I completely, I'd made mistakes. Should not have done it. One point of order, though, one thing I like to clear up specifically is the situation involving, I guess there's like 18 minutes of silence where people think I was like Alt F4ing everything, or I was scrubbing it, or whatever the hell it was. That was a conspiracy I saw. No, 100%. I just, like deer in the headlights, shut the fuck down. That's what it was. Truthfully, I just was like, and I just lost track of time. It wasn't until about 2 weeks later I was talking to somebody about it, and they asked me, they go, Matt, what happened in the 18 minutes? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, what happened in the 18 minutes? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. What 18 minutes? What are you referring to? And like, you went silent for like 18 minutes. And I'm like, did I go silent? I don't remember going silent for 18 minutes. And it's because, in that moment, I'm like, that's when everything, you kind of realize that you're caught, you're fucked. You've done bad, and you're now, and I could have run, I could have hid, I could have logged off, but no, I, in that moment, kind of went, okay, I'm going to do this. And I showed my report history, and that's it. That's legitimately it. What happened afterward was really fascinating. And it got really interesting as things went on, because a lot of people didn't let up. Now, I'm talking for months, didn't let up. And they got pretty creative. And a lot of this was happening on Ralph's server. So one of the reasons why I also didn't want to go on his show tonight is because, I understand he wants to do this whole thing and maybe call it a redemption arc. I don't really want to give credit or time or attention to a person who allowed my family to be harassed and to be doxxed. Photos of my house, my girlfriend, my daughter, people actively trying to flag my channel down, people actively trying to DMCA my channel down, people actively trying to destroy my life one piece at a time. That was openly discussed on his Discord server. And he claims no knowledge, no responsibility, never mind being on there 5 nights a week, if not more, for his show. I don't really believe him. I'm sorry. But I've seen that stuff firsthand with my own 2 eyes, and I know what was there. So, yes, I contemplated going on Ralph's show tonight, but no. when my family was harassed, when my daughter had her photo shared around, when my girlfriend was getting harassing phone calls from people to the point of where I had to get the police involved, I had to get the FBI involved, and we had to change our information. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you a good time. I don't owe you a laugh. I don't owe you anything. Now, I fucked up and it happened to come out on your show, and that's fine. That's on me. But my family is not something that should be involved in this. They are innocent. They did nothing wrong. So no, I don't plan on going on there. I don't have any intention of talking to Ralph ever again, or really anyone involved with the circle ever again. But that is what happened. Like I said, there was even DMCA claims. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the person because that information is currently being, it's off for investigation led. But there was a person who DMCA'd a video of mine using pretending to be a journalist whose article I'd read. I contacted the journalist to get the strike removed. He said he had nothing to do with it. Then the person in question, who was in Ralph's server, began talking about me having strikes on my channel when I hadn't publicly talked about anything being taken down. Then, to corroborate that particular person left interesting comments on that particular video, not realizing that they would be seen by me if I went looking for them, because I can still see the comments on a video even if it's taken down. So, that was a fun one. People were trying everything. And I get it. You're mad at me. I'm not upset with people being mad at me. I get it. Fine. But they were doing things to me far worse than I did to anybody else. And yet that's okay. So yeah, I'm a little bit mad about that. A little bit mad about that. But thankfully, over the span of the last year, I've been able to see a therapist and I've worked on a lot of things and I'm moving on. But I still wanted to have this conversation. I wanted to put this out there, let you guys know exactly what happened. And this is the truth of it. So that's kind of about it. So let's see here. All right. If anyone, there was let's see, a super chat. I should have fucking disabled super chats. Can I disable that? I don't know if I'm able to by now. Let me see. Fuck. No, I can't. Don't send super chats. I don't care. Okay, well. Pinky Culture. No, I'm not going to go on to Ralph's show. As I just said, there's no reason for that. Kuka Morris did say it's the soulless Matt show. Sure, whatever. But no, that's it. That's what happened. I, like a moron, let my ego get the better of me. And there's that. Oh, no. There was the other thing. Right. There was that other thing. So, I once told the story about when I was 15 and I was at a church in Portland and a 13-year-old girl had asked me to get her pregnant. When I refused, she made up lies and ultimately ended up with me getting run out of church. This story was talked about. This story was shared. This story was discussed at great length by a number of people. And there's an odd narrative that I have seen pop up quite a bit. That I somehow injured this person, hurt this person, did something to this person. I never did. The whole point of my story, which hasn't changed in over 20 years, is I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. That was the reason why I was kicked out of a church. Now, as a result of telling that story in a video, innocuously back in 2013, and people trying desperately to do anything to harm me, they doxed 2 women that they believed were somehow involved, somehow connected with this story. Neither one of them were. Neither one of them are age appropriate. And people out there then tried to contact Child Protective Services to claim that I hurt children in an effort to get my daughter taken away. Because, the lulz. And these are all things I don't get to talk about. These are all things I haven't talked about. These are all things I haven't said anything about publicly. And not even very much privately in the past year. Again, you can hate me all you want. I don't care about that. But when you target my girlfriend and you target our daughter and you make up lies in an attempt to get them taken away, in an attempt to remove them from my life because you don't like the fact that I succumbed to bullshit in my ego, I do take issue with that. I take a very big issue with that. So that's the last thing on that one. I'm an idiot, but I don't hurt kids. I've never hurt a child. I never will. And I should not have to make that statement. I should not have to make that claim, but I do. Because even people in the chat right now are trying to say that I'm a racist or that I'm a rapist or all those things, because this is where they get their kicks. You don't care that your words are extremely untrue. But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. Now, if, you know, the mods would be careful of this shit. So, anyway, if you guys have some questions, I'll take some questions. Try not to, I don't want super chats. So, Rob here says, well, I saw some comments that were saying that. So, you can clip this all you want. I don't care. This is going out for public consumption. So, let me see here. Thankfully, CPS did not have to do anything. So that was good. My dick, I'm not going to answer that question because that's not at all related to the situation here. And is there a way for me to refund that money? I really wish there was. I should have turned off super chats. I totally spaced on that. Yep. Let's see. Low energy jar. But well, it's kind of a low energy thing. That's kind of what it is. It's a little bit of a low energy thing. So, did I ever try Maker's Mark? No, I don't drink. Dave, it's a long story. There's a lot of videos you can find that talk about it. So there's that. No, I took a drink of water. I don't have a bong. When's my second book coming out? Fuck if I know, man. That first book was bad too, right? Yeah, it was pretty bad. I looked at it again and I was like, holy shit. The fuck was I thinking? That was bad. I should have paid for an editor. If I ever put out another book, trust me, I'm going to go through the editing process. There was typos in like the opening paragraph. Like, Jesus, what the hell's wrong with me? So, Medicare's video got over 1 million views. I know Medicare's video got over 1 million views. I think it's 1.2 million now, last I saw. And you know what? Hey, look, those things happen. I can't be upset that people were playing the game. I can be upset that people were trying to spread false information, and there's that. But the game is the game. That's the good game. A lot of Poli fans I see here tonight. That's unfortunate. That was a bad thing too. My redemption arc is waiting on the route for tour. I'm not going to go on the route for tour. There's no need. Everything I have to say here. That's it. So, let's see here. Google Alerts. No, I've turned off Google Alerts a long time ago. Let's see here. Anita sends her regards. Yeah, right. I bet you. Man, you know, I had that thought too. I had that thought one night. I'm like, you know, Anita Sarkeesian right now is probably sitting back, drinking whiskey, laughing her head off at all of this shit. I guarantee she was too. I guarantee it. Wasn't Medicare that falsified the church story? It wasn't that he I would say misinterpreted the church story. Yeah, definitely. You know, in front of 22,000 people, which is one of the reasons why there was so many people that were attempting to dox those two women as well as contact the authorities. So yeah, not too happy about that. What's important is that I learned my mistake and moved on with my life. Yeah. You know, that's the best I can do with it. There's no point in confronting him high levels. There's no point in going on and confronting people. I'm giving my side of the story. You can take with it what you will. That's it. I'm done after this. I'm not talking about it again. I'm not bringing it up again. Even as a joke, you can look right now underneath the screen and see I made a teespring.com/Boulder shirt to laugh at the joke because the joke's funny. I'm going to go take that down too. I'm done. This is it. One or more episodes of Blu-ray Therapy coming out. I don't know when I ever get around to getting back to the store. My schedule changes for Tuesday. So yeah. So let's see here. If you have some anger, why don't you go on if you believe? Well, no, because the anger has subsided. I was angry, and then I spent a lot of time in therapy as a way to get past it all. Because that's the whole part of working on it, right? You work on yourself. You have to accept that there are things you cannot change. You have to accept that there are people that say things about you, that think things about you that aren't true. That's why I'm like, yeah, there's things about me that aren't true that people were saying, but I can't change any of that. I'm merely putting out my words. All I can do is say my side of it. That's where it's at. People want confrontation. They want a drama. I'm not going to give them what they want on that front because there's no real point for it. Why should I go into somebody else's pocket or somebody else's den in order to feed into drama to make them money? It's counterproductive across the board. Is the Boulder King planning on blessing the earth with more pebbles? No, it's not. No. Well, they think that I lied about a couple things. Yeah, I will admit that. I did. I lied about a couple things. I lied about not knowing who Dame Pesos was because I just don't like the guy. There, I mean, he knows that. I think at this point, everyone knows that. I don't like him. But I never flagged down his original video. I never flagged down Godwinson's original video. And I think that was pretty much, if you go back and listen, that was the question that was asked, where those two were more or less, those were the ones Jim was directly pertaining to. And I never did. Now, his other show, I reported those. Yeah. And I've apologized to him privately on Discord about it. You know, and I've said it publicly as well. So there's that. You don't want drama. You want locales. I know how am I trying to avoid accountability when I said that it's been a year? I did it. I made mistakes and I'm working on it. I've been working on it for a year. That's not avoiding accountability. That's taking accountability. If people want to unfollow me on Twitter, if they want to unsubscribe, that's fine with me. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. Because I'm working on making me a better person, not only for myself, but my two daughters. Like, that's where things are right now. So it really is that situation where I'm taking accountability. I have spoken with the people impacted privately for the most part. I think I think all of them, with the exception of, I forget the one guy's name. I could never find a Twitter account or anything like that. And that's really about it. You're still waiting for your Uber Eats. Yeah, you're gonna want to call back and get a different driver. So, Dick Masterson's the father. I met Dick. That was interesting. My wife, where did that meme originate from? Is that this is a Sargon meme, isn't it? I could have sworn that was a Sargon meme. I don't see. I love that people say I read the back of the DVDs. No, I look at the front of the DVDs and I look at the back art, but that's really about it. So, but I like it. See, because the thing is, it's something that I personally find enjoyable, which is why I do it. To me, it's enjoyable to go and to take a look to see what comes out because I like movies. I like talking about movies. I'm like, oh, that's what I do. So because it's not, in your face political commentary, it doesn't mean that I can't find enjoyment in it. And that's probably a big part of it too, was I was doing things I didn't find enjoyment in. I hadn't been happy with Mundane Mad as a channel for quite some time. I hadn't cared about it for quite some time. It was just something I was doing. And it wasn't something I wanted to do. But I felt compelled because of Gamergate, because of things I found myself in. There's a stubbornness there. There's a lot of ego there. And again, it's one of those things where you just have to leave it behind. You have to just let it go. And that's what I've been doing. You might call it hippie new wave bullshit, but I'm like, no, I'm working on me. I'm working on me, doing what I want to do and the way I want to do it. The internet has got not a good therapist. 100%, Katie. That's why I have an actual therapist who is quite good. Yeah, Boulder. You can go pick up the 4K edition of Hellboy at Best Buy on Steelbook for like $20. Or Alita Battle Angel's a good movie. You should check that one out. I think it's like $25 for the 4K. Let's see here. IBS basically what? Hold on. IBS basically burned itself down. I don't want to gloat about IBS burning itself down because that's not what I want to be about. I mean, look, did I laugh at the whole Knoxville situation? Oh, dude, 100%. Because that was funny. You know, that was funny to me. And some people were out there like just really doing their thing with it. You know, Andy, I mean, I feel bad for Andy. I do. You know, I knew Andy a couple years ago when Andy was when he was in a different place. And I miss that Andy. I do. I miss that Andy quite a bit. So the thing is though, okay, so Marl Karks here says, starting a redemption arc would help revitalize the channel. Don't be so, I can't pronounce that word. I'm not going to try. How can you work on you and avoid all the issues? Well, the thing is, well, that's kind of a presumptuous question, isn't it? I mean, it's been a year, so 12 months, 365 days. I go to therapy, and I acknowledge I made mistakes. I've apologized to those people. I'm not continuing down that pathway. And how is that not working on me? By understanding and acknowledging that I've made mistakes, that I cannot control what other people say about me or what they think about me. And I'm not doing that. So I don't understand I think you're misconstruing the situation here. Yeah, AJ, glad you like, I keep backing the wrong horses, probably. I think I started off by saying I was a fuck up. So there we go. Thank you for what, Spanish Inquisition? Does Worski still even exist? Yeah, he's around. I think he followed me on Twitter recently, which I thought was kind of odd, to be fair. I don't know what he's been up to. I haven't talked to him. Gastric bypass surgery. Well, I'm not there. You know, I'm not at the point. I'm not there yet. You know, if I ever reach like what 350 or something, I'm 230. So I've got a ways to go before I hit gastric bypass levels. So we're good on that front. You heard that Andy Worski moved to Portugal? I don't think he left Canada. Go to the gym and a dietitian, no therapy. Well, Clark, actually, it's funny you say that. I actually have a dietitian that I scheduled an appointment with. And yeah. So I have decent health coverage here in the state, so I'm using it to the full advantage. Do I partake in Wendy's chili? I don't know what that is. Is that I don't eat fast food very often, so I don't know. I'm assuming that's Wendy's chili anyway. Do I still talk to anyone from the anti-SGW community? Not very often. Not very often, Rachel. I don't do that very often. I've moved on. I talk to some people occasionally. I mean, defines, I talked to Chris Reagan at VidCon, a few other people. I mean, I was at MythCon, talked to people. I haven't talked to Sargon in months. He's off doing his thing. I don't really keep up with people much anymore. I just, again, I don't really care. People can do their thing. I think I go on Twitter and I just like shit post for the most part. So let's see here. Mark says, "Hey bro, I thought it was fucked up what happened. I just thought it was wrong in general. However, I think you more than paid your penance. Happy to find a measure of peace in this. Thank you very much, man." Anthony says here, do I think people think people can forgive me? It's up to them, man. It's up to them. If they want, that's great. If they do, if not, I'm not like, I can't do anything about that. I can't like hold them down and shake them like a bit, and go, forgive me. I'm not Batman. And it's fine if they don't want to. I can't control anybody. That's the whole point of all of this, isn't it? I can't control anyone's thoughts, anyone's opinions. So why even try? All I can do at this point is just simply come out and say, this is my side of the story. This is what happened. You may not know certain things. You may want to know certain things. And after this, I'm done with it. This is my final. This is my catharsis out. It's been a year and I haven't said anything about it. Do I still talk to RTU? No, I don't actually. I don't talk to Boulder posting. People send me some really solid Boulder memes. They do. There's one, again, this is my favorite one. The Uniboulder is my favorite, but someone sent me one of like me, driving like an Uber and it's like on my way to Boulder Town or something like that. I thought that was pretty funny. So let's see. Hold on. Blu-ray 4K UHD therapy. Yeah, I saw that Godzilla is cheap. I actually bought Alien 40th anniversary 4K for like 15 a while back. I need to make amends. Unlock Polly. Polly's dead. Polly is 100% dead. Wings pulls in more viewers than me. Well, Wings is a different person than me. So there's that. I know who Wings is. I've never watched one of his videos. That's how it is. So it's, you know, what's funny is I was going to, when I decided I was going to do this today, there is a quarry actually not far from me. I pass by it quite often, and I was gonna, and it is public access. And I thought about heading in there and like getting what appeared to be like a professional looking photo done or something, you know, like having it look like a CD cover, like Quarry King sings the hits. That's something stupid like that. You remember there was a friendship between Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic? No, I mean, Shoe on Head and I were friends for a while. But Armored Skeptic and I have never been friends. Clark, dude, Maddox lost. Yes, Maddox did lose. He did lose. 100%. 100%. So am I the Year Boulder? I guess maybe. Am I the owner of Kiwi Farms? No. Oh, funny thing about that. And I have wanted to talk about this, but I haven't done it yet. While at VidCon, I got to talking with the God of Cringe, and the God of Cringe told me that he was, I don't know if he still is. At the time, he was staying with Corinne Forever, and she was streaming nearby, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to go meet her?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'd like to go introduce myself as Matt Jarbo, the owner of Kiwi Farms, and just see what she did." We went to go find her, but she unfortunately had fled the scene. Blaming Sargon for UKIP's loss is nonsense. I don't know if I blame Sargon for that. I like to give Sargon a hard time, though. So anyway, look, this thing was just going to be a quick thing, 30, 45 minutes. You know, that's kind of it. I'm going to be on maybe like another 5 minutes or so. So whatever you guys got to say, you know, if you have like legitimate questions, I will legitimately answer them. And that's where it's at, and that's what it's going to be. And this is it. This is the last part. Other than this, the chapter is closed. So let's see here. The safe word is cultivated outrage. Sure. All right. So it's a lot of Sargon, some UKIP, some Poli. No soy, no fat. That's true. That is what Dame Pesos. But he says it better than me anyway. So there we go. Raise your kids to be better than me. Well, isn't that what every parent wants to do? And that's true, man. That's Mr. Motorboard. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, man. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Work on myself. If I can be there for my kids and raise them to be good people. You know? So that's all I can do. That's where I'm at right now. You know, I'm not looking to like, you know, become like dark edgy. I don't want to do that shit. I've dabbled with different things, different paths for this channel now for a year. It's been over a year. I've been doing it anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel. Probably, I don't know, maybe not too much. We'll see. So, what is the best quarry to visit? I don't know. Let's see here. Go to the gym. That's a good criticism there. Will I move to Australia? I don't know why. Do I love Israel? I have no problem with Israel. Let's see here. Working on yourself equals masturbation. No. When's Gamergate 2.0? I don't know. When Sargon gets Tucker to tweet about it or something is when Gamergate 2.0 happens. So what actor, was that an actor or did you play yourself in the Sargon of Applebee's video? No, that was somebody else, but the guy did a good job of making it look like me. Just tell the truth. I don't know what you're wanting me to tell the truth on. That's all I've been saying today. What's my favorite geode? That's great. Let's see. Do I actually pee sitting down or is that a joke? When I'm drunk, but I don't know. I don't remember where that originated from. When will I own the libs to trigger the libs? Never gonna own the libs. Although triggering them is not hard. What actor will play me in my biography? There will never be a biography on me. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. All right. I'm a lib. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. I am a lib. I'm a liberal. That's like, how am I going to own the libs? I don't want to lead them to greatness. They're already never going to be able to do that anyway. I guess that is like backing an underdog. Let's see. How does it feel to be a locale? I've been a locale in this regard for a long time, much longer than a year. I laugh at it for the most part. There's really like, people. I love it when I come across like conversations, or I'll get tagged in a conversation and people are just like saying the weirdest shit that doesn't make any sense to like anything I do. I just have to laugh at that. Again, people are going to talk. Let them talk. So let's see here. What has been tough for you? What has been tough for you when that incident happened a year ago? Well, the whole thing sucked. The whole thing sucked. Let's see here. You are working on yourself by filming yourself waddling into Best Buy to read Blu-rays. It's not that, for one, I don't waddle, it's the camera. Two, I enjoy it. Like, I go to movies because I enjoy going to movies. I watch television because I enjoy watching television. I like going to the store and seeing what's there. The concept of Blu-ray therapy ultimately is a take on the term retail therapy, where people go and they buy things because it makes them feel better. It's not like I just go and I window shop. I like it. It's fun. You don't have to watch it. It's not for everybody. I fully admit that. So that's what, I just sit there and I just, like for me, it's cool because sometimes I come across things I didn't even know were there, or I get excited to talk about. And that's not political. It's just fun. It's fucking harmless. And it's just something that's so far removed than everything else that I'm totally fine with it. I mean, I know there are people out there that are like, bring back Poli, go down that path. That ain't me, man. That was never me. It was never me. It was me trying to be so stupid. I was on 4chan so much back then, trying to appeal to an audience that I never wanted. So there's that. Why didn't Red Letter Media? When did I ever send anything to Red Letter? I never send anything to Red Letter. I don't even watch Red Letter. I'm not even a fan. So when am I going to go on Tucker? I don't know. I told Sargon I would, but I think he wants it for himself now. Get back on 4chan. It's so boring now. 4chan is so boring. That's all it is. You go on there and it's just whatever. I just have been bored by it. And 8chan's gone now completely, at least for the time being. So that's the thing. Let's see here. You like how these live chats are funding the Pebbles first teddy bear? I guess maybe that's what I should call the girlfriend, or call the baby. Let's see here. What's my favorite? Is my favorite Pokemon Geodude? So, I said I pee. I don't know. I say dumb shit on the internet all the fucking time. I don't even have my Instagram anymore because somebody. This is true, and I don't get how it happened. Somebody claimed I was impersonating myself on Instagram. So Instagram shut my account down. I sent them my driver's license and my information. Like, no, it's me. And they're like, you lie. So it happens. So it's like I said, I'm like, all right, well, fuck Instagram. Am I getting fatter and gayer every day? Oh, maybe. So a lot of people are going full woke in the chat. Sure, I guess. I don't know. So, all right, guys. Let's see. Been on for, yep. I'm going to fuck off, but this is it. Listen, this is it. If you have come in late, if you, I just saw that the Greg Doucette guy. I've seen him on the Twitters. I started boulder collecting with my wife's son. Here's 5. What kind of boulders should we collect at midnight? I don't know, man. The kind that don't weigh a lot but look good. So there's that. Anyway, 200 dislikes. Fantastic. Keep them coming. I don't care. Anyway, so this is, oh my God. Is Tyrone the father of my second child? No, Tyrone is not the father. Anyway, do I still go to church? No, I don't go to church, actually. That was the reason why I don't go to church. That whole thing with that girl and getting kicked out. I went there for a couple of years and yeah, I just left after that. Never been a fan of organized religion ever since. So there's that. So anyway, All right, make it 201. Yeah, get to so many dislikes. Do what you have to do. Have I been invited to go on Tucker Carlson? No, I have not. No, I have not. I never expected it. It was more like I talked to Sargon about it, I think privately, and I had said like, "Hey, man, if it happens, it happens. Like, let me know if it comes up." I wasn't going to actively seek it out. How good is my son at basketball? I don't. Anyway, I hope this has been enlightening. I appreciate everyone's time. I hope you guys can find it in your heart of hearts to realize people can make mistakes and then learn from them and not do them. If you want to unsubscribe, I'm entirely okay with that. Whatever your opinions of me may be, I hope they might have changed. I hope this might have enlightened some stuff and opened up some eyes. If not, that's entirely okay too. All I can do is work on being me, and I needed to get this off my chest 100%. So I appreciate everyone listening. Have yourself a great day. Have yourself a great weekend. Peace out.